Start of another video. It's Sunday evening. It's actually Monday morning, 1 a.m. So I'm putting some limits on some trades. As you can notice my watch list, as I've mentioned before, that I reduced it. So instead of EU, that's Euro USD, I replaced it with GBP USD, Bitcoin, GBP AUD, Japanese index, and gold. That's all I have for now. So quickly, I have this setup breaker block type of entry. I had a break on 4 hours or whatever hour, but we had a break. Inducement, breaker block entry, second trade. This is what I was talking about. Some trades we have and we don't take. Okay, it's not reflecting. Alright, so I had this, I just drew this out during my study session during the weekend, and this sell is no longer valid. I mean the buy. I drew this and it played out quite nicely. I was just laughing at it that all week I've been trying to get a win, but then I couldn't. Then I just drew out something and it played out. So the second trade is Japanese index, also a breaker block type entry, but I needed a zone that had inducement, so I used this 30 minutes order block. But this was the zone I was looking out for, so I'm using here. You can see that on the 4 hours we have a morning star. Tapped into this zone, swept liquidity, a broken structure. Then this is a morning star, very good morning star. Hence my buy. Even on the daily candle, you can see that if we close above here, we're having a very nice looking morning star on the daily, which is a strong reversal buy pattern. Alright, so that'll be all for now. I'll catch you guys later in the day, at least when one of these trades have triggered. So this is MC5. You can see GBP AUD is waiting for us. My limit $20 risk as usual. Japanese index, same $20 risk. $20 risk. I won't go lower than that unless it is a re-entry. So catch you guys later. Alright guys, good evening. It's the end of Monday. So we took an SL on GBP AUD. It's more like a week out, but if you can see on my screen, this zone was an alert. I needed markets to close above that level for me to go in again. That will give me a break that we're actually ready to buy. But so far market has been consolidating, if you can see. So I'm expecting a breakout. So I might look for a breakout on lower time frame, because this pair has a very high pip size, because this stop loss that looks tiny is actually 33 pips. So I'll look for structure on this. When we break above this zone, then I'll go in for buys. I don't know if I'll call this a missed entry on GBP USD, or I'm not sure, but I'll leave it and see what happens in the night. I've had a break, another break. BTC. Well, this is what I had on BTC. Nothing happening yet. Japanese index looks like it's not coming back. This are going. Gold. Whoa, gold soared. It really soared today. That's how high we flew on gold. This is 1 hour time frame, by the way. So that's the wrap for Monday. Just took a loss on GBP AUD. Down $20, so we're back to 431. You can see my limits for GBP AUD and Japanese index. I'll leave them overnight. We don't have any crazy news or anything, so I'll catch you guys later. That's all for today. Until Tuesday. Alright, good morning guys. It's Tuesday morning and we just got into a trade on Japanese index. So for a buy on Japanese index. So you can see we just literally got into the trade. Alright, on MT5 you can see that we just got in. This is the 1 hour time frame. Just got into the trade, literally just got into the trade. Looking for a buy on Japanese index. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. Overall, my target is, I'm using this trend line as my target. The rate at which this trade is moving, it almost feels like I am taking a live, I'm doing live trading. Let's just watch it for about a minute. Okay, I'll come back to that. So GBP AUD, I'm looking at this zone that I was stopped out yesterday, and I'm waiting for a break. I had said market has to reach this zone, that's take out this high and close above it before I look for any form of entry. It's good to see that market is actually moving accordingly. So on the daily time frame, we can find that we had this market after this candle was formed. This was inducement. We have tapped into this other block, so I expect a push forward. So today I might force a buy, but I'm buying today again. Then nothing on Bitcoin really. How is this looking like induced? Okay, this is daily zone. So anything's position I'll be taking, this would be my take profit. But let's see how far this goes. GBP USD. This is daily time frame. So GBP USD on 1 hour. I'm still holding that zone. Still holding the zone. To see what could happen. What could come of it. So that's what we have. For gold, I actually tried to scalp gold, and well, let's say I was preserved because I had a stop out very far. I was on a 1 minute time frame, but because of the lot size I was using, why is this trade looking like it's going to hit stop loss quite fast? Because of the lot size I used on gold, the trade was closed. I used about 0.17 lots, which is quite massive. So it was rejected because of the size of my account. So let's see how this plays out. Catch you guys later. Alright guys, good morning. It's Tuesday. I didn't make any recording yesterday. It was just pretty rough, but here I am showing you everything that happened yesterday. So we're currently running a GBP USD trade, the one I had on Monday. You can see we came in, we went high, we're coming low. I'd already broken even on this trade, and it looks like the trade is about to hit my break even. BTC, okay, no, I didn't trade BTC yesterday, but I have this setup on BTC for a sell. I have this setup for a sell on Bitcoin, so I'll just leave that here. GBP AUD, what happened yesterday? We took a loss. It's shitty. Like at this point, I'm just down. I don't even know what's happening. This was the trade we got in from here. Market took us out. Then this was a sell I dropped, but I didn't take it actually. So I don't mind this. I call it graphics design. It's a sell that I would have gone into, but I'm not exactly sure. And I already hit 3 losses yesterday, so I didn't take any trade. I was just drawing things on my charts, but I didn't take any trade. Gold, I took a trade on gold. Yeah, this was like the early part of yesterday. This was it. I tried buying gold here and got stopped out. Then market did this, came, bought, and you can see I had all these graphics design is because I wouldn't have taken any of them because I'd already hit 3 stop losses. Missed this, came in, I did this, hit take profit. And it's just funny because I've been looking for wins so much, but then now I'm just drawing them out. It's happening. But then my money is not inside. So I'm drawing this line to see if market is going to break below, so I'm sure that okay, gold is ready to sell. Although it has already sold a lot, it's two massive sales that somebody somewhere would have caught. So yeah, Japanese index. I took a loss. Yes, we took a loss on Japanese index. This was it. I had reduced this, so we're looking to buy from here. Markets can wicked us out. Markets can wicked us out. Did this, came back, and it has failed to break structure. It just swept this low, made this pullback as if it wants to make a break and sold again. So I'm suspecting we might sell from somewhere, which has up to me to discover and for you guys to find out later. Or since I don't do active analysis. So that's all for today. We just have Bitcoin. We have GU running. It looks like it's already hitting BE and BTC. And so bad news, guys. We're at the verge of losing this account. Why do I have a gold limit? That's scary. I wasn't aware of this. All right, so this is GU trade that we're currently running. You can see we're dead close to break even. Dead close to break even. So we hope for the best. At this point, is there anything to hope for? After 3 losses and you thought your next trade is going to be something. It looked like a win, but then it's back to break even. Really sucks. Really sucks. Although there's something I observed is, what time frame was that? I noticed something. Was it on 1 hour? Or was it on 30 minutes? I noticed an order block. Because this is an order block. This is an order block on 2 hours. Is market seriously retracing here to buy again? So what I might do is to reduce my stop to just something like this. So, and if it's a $4 risk, I could take the risk. If it's a $4 risk, I could take the risk. Okay, just in case market is coming, it's just a very deep retracement. So I'll be losing for about $4.8 on that. Alright guys, so not to make this section too long, this is going to be this, and my stop loss is going to be currently where it is. See you guys later. Alright, so I've gone out of GBP USD because this was the stop loss. This was the area we're protecting. My stop was just here. We got wicked out for about a $4 loss. Yeah, that's GU. Yeah, and I did mention I was waiting for something on BTC, and here we are. I'm in on a trade. Waited for it to get into the zone on a 2 hour order block. This other block here. So market got in, but I didn't use a limit. I had to wait for a bit of confirmation. I needed a signal, something to go in. So as you notice, this was an evening star. On the close of the evening star, I got in from here. My stop is still my original stop though. If I wanted to go crazy, this would be my stop, but yeah, let's just go like that. So that's what we have. GBB AUD. I was looking out for something, but damn, I missed something crazy on GBP AUD. I'm not a breakout and retest trader, but this was just so beautiful. This was a range. This was a range I had looked out for. See this range. I was actually looking at market going back to sell from here. Then I said, okay, up here, but market broke out, fell, came back and made a crazy retest and dumped. This here is a crazy. This already is a lot, about 78 pips in just a couple of hours, but I've been waiting to get that in days. This pair is pretty crazy. Then on gold, I'm seeing something, but I want to stick to my original bias. On gold, sorry, my network is a bit sloppy. So while that's loading, we jump to This is BTC, jump to MT5. So you can see on 5 minute time frame, on the retest of this candle, that is where I got in. You can see a very fine evening star on the retest of this candle I got in. And my take profit is pretty low because I'm seeing a trend line that needs to be cleared down here about a 5 hour. So gold getting too long. This is another block, it's the 2 hour order block, but then I had stuck to taking my trade on the extreme order block up here. I think that was on 30 minutes because it didn't give me the condition I needed. I needed a condition. I had a breaker here, about here, but since market did not break structure, I did not use the breaker, and because I didn't use the breaker, I saved myself this breaker. I saved myself a stop loss. So the second condition was for another sell was if market did not break structure, I'll use the extreme, this other block here. And that's what we're looking at, this being our inducement. This being our inducement for this zone. So because market has not done that, I'm not taking a sell on gold. I'll wait patiently. I'll wait. So it appears that today the only two trades I'll be on will be gold and BTC or GBP USD in case market actually takes out that zone that I was looking out for buys. So it's something like a flip zone. If market does that, I'll go in for a flip zone. That's a trend reversal. Because I also spotted there's a trend line that's formed on GBP USD that could be cleared for sales. You can see this. And we have had a break of this trend line. We have had a retest of this trend line. So there's a chance that this guy might fall to about this level. So that's why I opted out of the trade at a minor loss than hitting the full loss, just in case it doesn't play out how we are thought. So I'll catch you guys later. I might make 3 recordings today, but I'll keep the other part shorter. So alright, good morning guys. It's Wednesday. I didn't make a recording for Tuesday. Third part. So to catch up, I haven't done any form of analysis, so my chart is still fresh. On Bitcoin we had this. If you recall, this was on the, but I left the market here with the 3.6 hour close the trade because it's this reaction wasn't very nice. Then GBP USD, oh my god, you think we hit take profit on this? No, we didn't. We actually hit break even because my take profit was about here. So the trade, the 3 hour reversed to my break even and it's doing this. So at this point, I'm not exactly sure what the market wants to do. So I might stay clear of GBP USD for today, or at least for this morning to New York session when I see it clearer. Then we missed a lot of price action on GBP AUD. So I figured that when I'm trading this pair, I'm going to be trading it on 15 minutes, 5 to 15 minute time frame, because like it's just I did this analysis. We had this break. I kind of missed. We had this break, but it's not exactly how I trade. So yeah, we had this break. Market came, retested this level, broke structure, came back. We pulled back, broke structure again, came back. Bro, this is just crazy downtrend. So anything concerning, like at this point, anything this pair gives me, I take it. I don't know the trend. I'll just stay on lower time frames and trade whatever it gives me because I'm not really sure at this point anymore. So that's that. For gold, we took a crazy stop loss on gold. You can see what happened here. It looked as if this market was selling. Then it popped my stop loss. Japanese index, nothing on this pair. I'll just keep watching. I'll keep watching. So jumping to MT5. You can see that on MT5 that our balance is about 7,047. We made some profit yesterday, about $45 profit. Give or take, when you do the GBP USD math, and I took $4 loss on GBP USD, made $7. When I closed the trade, it wasn't on break even. I closed all my trades. $7 on GBP USD, about 52. But well, that's at the end of the week. We'll see the breakdown of everything. So, excuse me. We hope for a better trading week. So I'll just go ahead to analyze Bitcoin and the rest of my pairs to see what it has for me. Catch you later, guys. Alright, guys. It's Thursday evening, and yeah, my emotions got the best of me today. Like, it's really bad. Revenge trading is something I've not done in a very, very long time, but I'm surprised we did it today. It happened today. So that's that. So for GBP USD, we're looking for a sell here, but the condition was unless market broke below here. But then market did not, it swept, so I didn't find any trade on this. I also had a sell here, which did not hold because I needed to enter on confirmation and I couldn't get any confirmation. And I saw something else that signified that the zone wasn't going to hold. So for now, we're going to be bullish. We're going to be bullish on GBPS because this was the zone that we couldn't close above, but we have gotten a body close above this zone. So I look for a buy scenario to the upside. So that's GBP USD. BTC, oh my god, BTC. Okay, this was yesterday. This was the zone I was looking out for today. You can see that we did not get up here, but then I still took a loss. Funny enough, how did I take this loss? Let me tell you what. Because I noticed that markets would not be coming down here. In haste, I did not see this POI, that this point of interest had been unmitigated. So I chose this point of interest. And you can see we got wicked out. Just wicked out. Market tapped and dropped. You can see this would have been a very sharp 5 hour. And funny enough, I had this trade was of yesterday before I closed. This was it. So basically, this trade of yesterday would have hit take profit today. But then the question is, would I have been able to hold this trade? Because this was very, very crazy reversal. But then nothing comes easy. Oh well, so I've had a break of structure, although I don't think market might get up here, but anything could happen in the market. So this is BTC. We took a loss here, $15 loss. Gold, yeah, this is where the revenge trading came in. So as you can see, we had this setup in the morning on gold. Okay, I didn't show you, but I had this setup. But then something occurred to me. This is a 4-hour breaker. This is a 4-hour breaker block. You can see. So I needed confirmation, which I saw, but this is why I have been telling myself, beating myself up, that I need to be flexible. I saw these shifts in market, which signifies market is going to sell, and it did not make a lot of sense that if market is shifting, it's going to come here and buy and take out this. This is a 4-hour breaker. This is a 1-hour zone, 15-minute zone, whatever. So what I feel, in order to reverse price, it needs to be a 4-hour zone, and this is also a 4-hour zone. This is a breaker block. This is a breaker area. So I don't call it breaker area. That doesn't sound very right. I call it more of a support. It's a support. So you can see a market came in and is reversing. But then I'm not exactly sure what this market is going to do. So I'll stay away from gold. We could come back here and reverse and take out this zone and come back. I am not sure. So I'm washing my hands away from gold. I've had a not a very good looking evening star. So that was good. How did I revenge trade? So okay, when this loss happened, before the loss happened, I was floating $9 loss. I closed it because I panicked. The momentum gave me the feeling that this trade wasn't going to hold. So I panicked and closed it and instantly opened a sell with my stop loss around here. So it came, market took me out. Then about some hours later, we had this drop. I knew it was going to sell, but then I got stopped out. So yeah, that was revenge trading. So I lost about $23 on gold today. My stop loss for the sell was 15 plus 9, so that's 24. It was very shitty. All right, so GPB AUD. This one is I don't know, I'm short of words. I don't know what to say. This was the setup, and I missed this trade. It's not exactly how I trade. I don't trade reclaimed blocks a lot. This week was my entry. It was my entry, but then I didn't put my limit order before, because before you use a reclaimed block, this candle has to close above that zone. So when I had put my limits, market had already started pulling back, and by the time I was about dropping my phone, market was already here, and we just kept going with no good place to enter this trade. So yeah, we cleared the trend line. It cleared the trend line in a day. But then there are days that you spend so long looking for how markets will move. But then in a day, we had this move. It's really crazy. Japanese index. I had no trade for this, but we had I think it's called a pennant or a wedge. I don't know what this thing is called, but we're broken out. I expect a retest of this level. So I'm going to place a limit. I'll place a limit for Asian session reversal. So I'm expecting market to reverse and continue the sell down to this zone. Now this is where the pennant ends. So that's what I have. So yeah, we're back jumping to MT5. We're back to where we started. I lost for about $39 today, made 45 yesterday, lost 39 today. Not the best way to go, not the best way to go. This part has lasted for very long. The US government has resumed no more shutdown, so we hope for good price action. It could be why we had the price action, but it is what it is. Crazy about, and yes, my standard risk is now $15. I'm not going lower than 15. I don't know if I'll be taking re-entries, but this is crazy. I have about 4.5 trades to blow this account. So catch you guys later. See you tomorrow, being Friday. All right. Good morning. It's Friday, and we're back on the chat again. It would have been pretty if it was a take profit, but then it was not a take profit. I did the analysis last night as for these GU cells, but I my point of interest was not correct, because I think I found this on 5 minutes. My point of interest was this breaker here, the inducement. It looked so clean and everything, but then somebody would say, "Oh, markets missed my entry," but then that was not the case, because if you go to the 2 hour time frame, you see that there was another block, and that is where market reacted from. You can see, let me hide this. This is the other block. This market came in here and dropped. Although you'd argue that there wasn't clear inducement, that's what you say. Yes, I don't know if on 1 hour we would see anything. Yeah, there wasn't clear inducement, but then this was an evening star. Oh well, so I'm looking out for a buy. I'd already placed a buy limit about here on the 4 hour order block. Here they have a buy limit here. I should actually draw that out. This, I just drew this to see what is causing markets to create this. I call it engineered liquidity for this zone. I hope I know what I'm saying. So I'm looking out for this buy on gold. I think my stop loss is actually something like this, and my take profit is pretty about here, this zone I marked. So this is what is about a 4.6 hour stop loss is 25 pips. That's what I'm looking out for on GBP USD, not gold. Then Bitcoin sold. It sold and sold wonderfully, and we couldn't get anything out of Bitcoin. Made a pullback into here and sold. So I'm looking, you see this, I'm already looking out for a buy on the daily time frame of Bitcoin. You can see we have this other block here that has been unmitigated. So it also looks like it's looking like a very good zone to buy from. But I'm not ongoing blindly. I'll wait for confirmation if I go in. Japanese index, yeah. This is why it's important when you do analysis, you place your limits, especially when you're going to sleep, because now yesterday I mentioned that it broke out of a channel. So I found this entry. I just drew it here. I did graphics design. When I woke up around 2 a.m., market was here. I was like, damn. You can see it's possible it would have been a missed entry, because this is like a sniper entry. This trade has gone. I have full assurance that this is going to hit take profit. So what I'll do is to look for a form of re-entry. I can't really spot any right now, but I'll look for something. There might be a reaction when market comes here to pull market to any unmitigated liquidity or POIs around here. But for now, I'm staying off. Gold is currently selling. I was a bit skeptical on this, so I'm not in this trade. I just drew it out, but I'm not taking it. I think this is a better zone for buys because this is on the 4 hour. That is another block. I believe that is another block on the 4 hour time frame. Or was it 3 hours? I'm trying to remember when exactly I saw that other block. Okay, yes, on 3 hours. This is, you can see, very good, very good like, inducement. So I wait for this on gold, but as you can already see, on this is 3 hours. I need to use confirmation. So then silver, yes, I added silver. So I might be using silver because I think someone said the lot size on silver is not as bad as, it's not as much on gold, the pips rather. So I can trade it with like a more comfortable risk because that's why I've not really been trading gold. Even with the Lee 001 lot size, I'm having a stop loss size of up to 30 something dollars, which is above my standard risk, is above 0.5%. So this is what I had on silver. It's still the same thing because of not being able to risk as much. This is what I wanted to use as my risk, but then using this, I was seeing like 30 something dollars. This was my initial trade before I had to refine it, and you can see, okay, market has swept this liquidity. When I find a break of structure at this level, a body break of structure on 1 hour, this is a POI that market can go to. We already have weak type inducement on 30 minutes. I believe it can even be refined, let's say on 2 hours. So this would be an entry. So until I have the body break up below here, then I'm in for the sell because this guy talking a lot. This week's video is going to be very long. I spotted a double top on silver. Immediately I looked at the chart for the first time. You can see here we came back here again. So market is likely going to sell down to this neckline. So that's that for silver. Moving on to GBP AUD. Like I saw this last night, but then I didn't see any form of entry. Markets sold. It seems to be reacting on this breaker. It is reacting on this breaker, this area, and it's going for the buys. Although I'm not exactly sure what, because this pair's trend right now is confusing. I don't know if it's want to come back here and sell, or I think I might just tell GBP AUD. So for today we have GU. We have Japanese index. I look for an entry. We have silver and gold. Silver and gold I have not. So yeah, Japanese index is selling pretty well. I'll catch you guys later. This has been a very long part. So the accompanying part will be like very short. Catch you guys later. Alright guys, welcome back. It's Saturday. I didn't make any recording on Friday, basically because the week was ended. And jumping right into it, we're in deeper shit. About 2 trades and this account is gone. So GBP USD, this was the setup. I don't know if I had mentioned that this was the setup I had. It was on this 4 hour order block, and you can see markets just ended here. And as you know, this first week sell was about 2.7. I broke even. Market came back, took me out, came back again. Yeah, the market seemed confused, and this is why I will set, when I do my analysis, I put limits irrespective of anything. This was a fine trade. I didn't go in. I couldn't even find any entry, so I just left it. So BTC, oh my god, BTC. BTC was a trade I took it. I got stopped out. You can see we got stopped out here. This was, I entered here on confirmation. Market seems to be going well. Then we had this pullback. I would have avoided the loss because it had met my break-even conditions, but then I didn't want any little pullback to take me out, so I didn't break even. So we took a loss there. $15 gone. Silver, yeah, this is where the lack of capital is making me lose some trades. Because okay, capital and fear. This was my initial setup, but because I did not have this, was showing me a stop loss of about 30. I took my entry here, and as such, I missed the trade. And if it was back then when I had enough equity to take losses and anyhow, I would just protect only here. And by now, I'll be in joy because this trade would have been going very well. So we didn't take that trade. Gold sold. Nothing. I didn't catch it. So I already took 2 trades. That was with GBP, which you can see, and Bitcoin, because I have spotted this double top and expected markets to. How did I enter this trade? Expected markets to sell from somewhere. This was my entry this week, although it wasn't a very strong point of interest, but then you can see we got stopped out pretty fast. So yeah, that's for the week. Jumping to the dashboard, this funded account, 2-step pro, account 5, view dashboard. At this point, it's safe to say that we're losing this account, but I won't give up. I won't give it up. 2 trades, risking $20 each, and we're done. So going to the calendar, this was last week, which was basically not a winning week. This was this week. I still don't understand how I managed my trades to lose $66 in a day. 4 trades, so closed on $45, 39. I basically lost almost everything the following day, lost everything the next day, and went deeper into drawdown. So I think I held it. I don't understand why this is showing 12, but I took 2 trades, maybe to reflect later on. So yeah, this was the week. 1 win and 4 losses. That's looking very good. But then let's see what the next 2 trades I have to offer. This win rate could be lower than this, because right now it just looks as if I don't know what I'm doing. Oh well. So this is the worst losing streak I've had in a very long time. Started trading this account in July. Was it July? Okay, I got funded in September. So you can see how the account went. We closed most of our months in loss, $88 loss. In October, closing $14 loss. And in November, we're currently down 206. So basically, in November, I lost so much. In November, what was the Monday 10th? That was this day, and was the 57. It was like, yeah, that was the worst I lost in a while. September, how did I lose 1%, 2% in one day? Oh, that would be all. September was generally a better week, better month than these rates are too much. But you would see overall in November, I might taking less trades. It doesn't really look like, but I have less pairs, and because of that, I'm not really trading as much as I would. So back to the drawing board. I'll catch you guys again next week. Thank you for tuning in, and that'll be all. Thank you for the support, and we'll continue on this journey. Peace.